Hey y'all, I'm the Krypton Critic, Eric Elliott, and I'm here to talk about the new series, Jessica Jones. I am really impressed with this series. I do not like it as much as Daredevil, but don't let that scare you away. It's very entertaining. It's very solid show. You know, like any show has a few hiccups, but very interesting. It will catch your attention. Some scenes may have you on the edge of your seat. I know I did. Well, metaphorically, I was lying down on my bed, and big inspiration for this series, obviously is Alias, because that is the story that introduced Jessica Jones, brought her into continuity a bit, then yes, after the Max imprint was kind of deemed worthless after a while, after the Comics Code Authority was pretty much just gone, which allowed readers to read more mature titles with some of the characters they like, kind of, because it's technically in different continuity, typically. This definitely falls into that category. It's not a series meant for the little ones. It's definitely violent and has plenty of sex and drinking. Jessica Jones as the character is a bit interesting, but I found myself wanting something else at the same time. And thankfully, this was fulfilled with the character named Malcolm. Malcolm is our neighbor at this apartment where she does like private investigations, and he started off as a junkie, and he somewhere around I think the fifth episode he kicked his addiction, and he became a much better man, and I really liked his arc, and over time I started agreeing with his analysis more and more. I was rooting for him on the side, even though you don't see him all the time. You may see him for like 5-6 minutes for every episode or so, but some of the scenes that he had towards the end were pretty touching. Another character that was pretty interesting was Luke Cage, and I was happy to see Luke Cage because out of these characters, I'm most familiar with him. He was a hero for hire, aka Power Man. He's the one that wore a yellow V-neck, a tiara on his head, and chains. Probably that's the best choice for one of your early black superheroes is to put him in chains. I'm just saying. But he was pretty interesting. Towards the end of the series, we start seeing a little less of him. I wanted to see more of him, but I'm glad he did come back. We're definitely going to see him anyway because he's going to have his own series, and most likely will be a member of the Defenders like Daredevil and Iron Fist and Jessica Jones herself. I'm trying not to spoil that much because I don't want so many people bitching about, oh, Eric, you just ruined a favorite show from this year. Why'd you gotta do this? Just listen, and I'll try to do my best. I'm not perfect, okay? If I was perfect, don't you think I'd have more subscribers? But yeah, another character that was pretty interesting that I never trusted, and that was a character named Jerry, and Jerry is not a guy; it's a female lawyer that represents Jessica Jones sometimes, because being a on and off superhero that does private investigations brings a lot of drama you may need a lawyer for. Especially when you have a villain that controls minds, played by David Tennant, who he was one of the Who doctors from Doctor Who. Don't ask me any questions about Doctor Who, because you may start bitching to me, like, why don't you know anything about Doctor Who? I never watched it, okay? Don't crucify me, okay? I'm allowed not to watch Doctor Who. Don't start wanting to watch Game of Thrones either, okay? Just stop it, okay? I don't get to see everything, okay? Just don't. Anyway. Yeah, very interesting storytelling. There was a lot of, like, awkward dark humor that actually worked. It wasn't just thrown in there just to be there. It actually usually had purpose. Another set of minor characters were introduced to. Damn it. It was the other neighbors of Jessica Jones. I can only remember one of their names. I believe that's Ruben. But yeah, those two characters live together in the same room. They are twins, and they are incestuous. But over time, you start caring about them a little bit, and it really, like, changes your mind about morality and different gray areas. And this is something the show excels well with, is knowing what is good and what's bad. Like, for instance, Jessica Jones, when she was mind controlled, she was made to do something terrible that affects her life, and the way she's with Luke Cage, who they both live in Hell's Kitchen like Daredevil does. And we actually get to see two Daredevil characters in the show, but if you know, why don't you put in the comments? Maybe I'll get a comment from someone other than my dad. But, she was made to do something horrible, and she wants to kill Purple Man, David Tennant's character, for what he did and what he's doing to other people still. And she's having this struggle with, is it okay to kill somebody if they kill other people and they are complete, jackass with superpowers. But yeah, Purple Man is a really good villain. He gets a lot of development. I don't think he got as much development that I was grasped to as Kingpin. Kingpin's still the favorite villain that I've seen in the MCU. I'm just waiting for him to be toppled. Not because of what he can do, but I like his mind, how it works, how it operates. And we get a lot of context for that. We get a little bit of context for this one. I'll say around half. I mean, I really feel like there should have been one episode just dedicated to his past. I thought that would have been perfect. I don't think any episode really felt just like filler. Oh, how can I forget? Patsy Walker, or Trish Walker. She is basically like sister to Jessica Jones, and she was taken in by her mother because she felt like it was the right thing to do after her parents were unable to take care of her. See what I did there? Okay. Um, and, Patricia's a pretty interesting character. She's a pretty good juxtaposition. They kind of have that sibling rivalry. And it's pretty interesting. I definitely want to see her become the hero that she is in the comics, which is Hellcat. I definitely want to see her develop into that. We've seen some of her fighting skills and even some of her paranoia. But I don't want her just to seem like a damsel in distress, which it almost felt like. Another character I can talk about who I feel kind of awkward in, like, understanding if I do like him or is he just kind of there, and that's police officer Simpson, who is controlled by Purple Man and later ends up in a relationship with Patsy, and then he starts going crazy. But, once again, tell me what you think. Talk to me, please. But, what else? Is anything I'm missing? I definitely like, it had pretty good camera shots. I didn't like all the music, but the music was pretty interesting. Very good editing. And I would like to see what they do next. I'm definitely getting into these Netflix series, and I want to see what they do next. I'm really looking forward to the Defender series. I'm really looking forward to Daredevil Season 2. Have you seen that sizzle reel where they got Punisher? See, I might cry. Oh, speaking of crying, you can check out my reaction to the international Japanese Star Wars trailer for Force Awakens. Also look out for my new video, which I'm going to be reviewing a terrible Batman book called All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder. Yeah, that's the title. Imagine that's the title. Imagine what it's like to read it. Imagine if it had good artwork that makes you feel like it should be good by Jim Lee, but it also has writing from Frank Miller. And you're like, wait, Eric. Frank Miller, he did The Dark Knight Rises. He did the incredible Daredevil run. He's a legend. He did Sin City and 300. How could this be bad? Oh, why don't you stick around and see? We love you. On behalf of other Krypton critics, and even our one honorary critic, Victor is our honorary critic. We have Rotten Name My Dad. We have my dad's current girlfriend, Kat, and we have my mother, Tanya. So look out for what we're going to talk about next. Peace.